Hey everybody,
Hi everyone,
Mr. and Mrs. Traveler here.
it's ElleKosGlam.
Well, hello to everybody, and we are fresh off of our holiday trip on board the Harmony of the Seas.
It was like,
Absolutely. So today, guys, we're coming to you with our pros and cons list of the Harmony of the Seas, and we hope that you enjoy.
stay tuned.
All right, guys, so welcome, and so glad that you could join us today, guys. We hope that you enjoyed the full ship tour of the Harmony of the Seas, and you can click that right there, right?
That's right. It'll be sitting right there for you to click. Make sure you give us a thumbs up if you love this content. We work so hard for you, and we appreciate it if you can give it back to us. So make sure you give us a call, 877-697-4470, or we can be reached at www.mr-traveler.thisguy.com. We would be more than happy to take you on your next adventure for this brand new year.
Absolutely, guys. So, and also stay tuned for our review of the food on board the ship,
Yes,
as well as a little fun video that we're going to toss together as well.
That's right. So this is a very popular playlist that we have going on. If you want to watch more pros and cons of 54 ships that we took before, you can just click on this link right here. We'll just make it easy for you to watch all the playlists.
I just wish we had really actually filmed all 54
Me
ships.
too. We missed Alaska. We missed a lot of them.
Pre-Mr. Traveler days.
Yeah, that's right. So we're going to redo those for you. We have a lot of do-overs that's coming up. And we have a lot of group cruises that's coming up as well. I have a birthday coming up. Mr. Traveler have a birthday coming up. And we're trying to make sure we get in touch with you so we can go ahead and cruise with you for the group cruises.
All right, so let's get into it. Let's talk about the pros and cons of the Harmony of the Seas.
Yes.
So let's start off with, I guess I'll give a little bit of a spoiler alert on here is we really don't have a lot of cons.
No, we don't. No, we don't. It's going to be pro heavy, so make sure you stay tuned. Go pop some popcorn, heat up your dinner, turn it on with your headphones if you're at work. Thank you so much for watching.
You want to just, I know we normally kind of go back and forth. You want to just do like all cons first, and end on a positive note, or how you want to do it?
We can do it however you want to. This is what we do, me and Mr. Traveler. We go on a cruise together, and we decide to take notes with each other, but we don't show each other our notes. I know we did it on the Virgin because the Virgin Records, Scarlet Lady, we joined teams on that one. But this particular one, we did not talk about it at all until we get right in front of this camera with you.
All right, so yeah, let's do that. So let's just, because we don't have a lot of cons for this,
we don't
have for this ship.
This will probably be a more shorter video.
Let's just do the cons, and then we'll go through what we loved about the ship.
Okay.
So I'll let you start.
Okay, so we're gonna start with a con. Let's get that out the way. My first con was this. The bathroom door. That's what's playing right now. You would say, why is a bathroom door? Well, take a look at this. I did not like that. That's invasion of privacy. There's a crack down there. I'm very private.
So
I feel when you married or if you with your significant other or your interest, love, you should have some type of mystery going on. That was too much information.
Let me say this. Now you know what kind of con this is going to be if we're starting off with a crack under the door. So it's not any major cons here.
No.
So and to be honest with you guys, that's Mrs. Traveler's con. It didn't bother me at all. I didn't hear anything going on.
If he did, he wouldn't say nothing. But
I did.
It's uncomfortable to be sitting there or taking a shower or trying to get dressed and boom, you see a crack under the door. It's like, I need all my privacy.
Some of these cons are actually around some of the COVID protocols as well. Mm-hmm. So this even shortens the list even more because really there was some things with COVID protocols that we didn't really care for. Right. And that would be my first one was I did not really care for having to wear the bracelet the entire time we were on board the ship.
It's aggravating when you're trying to sleep with it on.
Yeah, so there's this bracelet. There's the bracelet that you have to wear to identify that you are or you have been vaccinated. on board the ship. So the vaccinated people wear the bracelet, unvaccinated do not have a bracelet. And because the Royal Caribbean has a mixture of those on board the ship, the different passenger types, some unvaccinated guests are not allowed into certain areas on board the ship. So when they put the bracelet on, well, you put it on yourself because they kind of warn you once you tighten it, you can't untighten it. Yeah. So I left mine a little bit loose so that I could slip it off at night because I don't like anything on me at night. I really don't like anything on me during the day, to be honest with you, either. But like when we were eating and stuff like that, I think I made the big mistake. This is a tip for you guys. If you get it, put it whatever dominant hand you are, put it on the other hand.
There's going to be two tails hanging, as you can see right here. From it, that gets in food, it itches, it scratches you. It's not very comfortable to wear that thing all day. I agree with Mr. Traveler, but I got used to it after like the first 2 days. I think I was used to it.
So if you're right-handed, put it on your left hand, and vice versa if you're left-handed. Because it does, like if you're trying to eat, you're right-handed, it dips into the food and stuff like that, which is just not sanitary.
And it's also hard to wear our jewelry, ladies, with it on in your watch. So you have to put it on your non-dominant hand, and then you should be fine. You should forget about it after the first 2 days.
I just wish there was a different way they could do that to identify the folks. I don't know what the answer to that is, but I just don't personally like wearing that. So
yeah, Mr. Traveler is a free spirit. You don't like anything on him at night.
Go ahead, babe.
Next one. Speaking of the restaurants and the dinner service, I just felt as a con, the dinner service was very, very understaffed on the Harmony. I think it's also what Mr. Traveler just mentioned. It's because of protocols with COVID. However, our staff was very sparse. It was hardly no staff there. But they did the best they could to take care of us, which was really not a con, but they were understaffed. And I can understand, on our particular ship, in our selling, staff was catching COVID. They were getting sick. Yeah. But we understood it. But yes, you can tell on dinner service that it was definitely understaffed. So
we take that with a grain of salt because, of course, we know everything is going on right now
we understand.
With this COVID stuff. So, but, you have to enjoy your cruise a little bit different now. Some levels of things that you're used to before are probably not going to be there. Some things are, but some things aren't. So, but not a real major con at all. Another con for me on here was them having to hand everything to you.
Yeah.
So we've been on Carnival now. We've been on Virgin as well as Royal Caribbean. The Carnival, there was some things that they handed out to you, but a vast majority of the stuff you went ahead and did yourself, which I prefer. I'd like to divvy out the stuff myself and then, wash up when I get back to the table and, get hygienicized.
I can't tell you how many times we heard washy.
Yeah. So on board the Harmony, it was just, they serve you for everything, for your beverages, for your food at the buffet and all that.
How did you feel about washing your hands right before you go in?
I don't mind that at all.
I didn't mind it either. The line was a little bit long, but I didn't mind it.
I do that generally, even before pre-COVID. Some of the newer ships had the sinks and stuff out there. I like doing that anyway.
Give me the sink instead of the sanitizer because the sanitizer dries my hands out so bad. So just give me the soap and water and let me put on some lotion on my hands because my cuticles is taking a beat from the sanitizer.
I agree.
I know my queens out there can relate.
I like the soap and water and wash the hands and then go in there and take care of business.
Okay, next one. Next con, Mr. Traveler.
It's on you.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, let's go. Okay, all right, let's go back to the room. Let's talk about the room. Okay. No, I have to remember that our last cruise before this one was Virgin with no kids. It was no kids on that cruise, and it was
does spoil you.
It was an adult atmosphere. It was very romantic, and me and Mr. Traveler enjoyed it. However, on the Harmony, there was nothing but kids on there with their families. Yeah. And I don't know if that's a con.
And it was a holiday cruise too.
It was not a con until they started knocking on our door playing Open Arms the Hall.
Yeah, that's flashbacks.
I was like, oh my God, you must be bored. Because all you hear is boop, 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 feet running up and down the hall and then knock, 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 running. The kids was having them a good time at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning.
Here's what I don't get. I mean, kids gonna be kids, don't get me wrong. But there's some things that when we were kids, Like my parents would threaten us, like you stay out of adults' way.
Yeah.
Like one of the main ones,
Especially my mom,
is kids in the hot tub.
Oh.
That drives me crazy.
I'm not sure why they need to be there, but they always crowded.
I don't really have a lot of aches and pains, thank God. But hey, sometimes my feet hurt and my knees hurt and stuff like that. And I would really enjoy to sit in the hot tub and enjoy it. And every time I turn around, there's a gaggle of kids.
There's a whole
in the hot tub.
It was a lot of crewed up kids on there.
And I know we could have went to the Serenity and went up there and chilled out up there and everything. But I'm just saying in general, when we were kids, we were like, no, you don't go in there. No, you don't do that. You know what I mean?
Yes,
it's like a whole another level now. So
when I was growing up, kids was not around adults at all. And my mom would say the kids need to stay in the kid place.
Yeah.
And the adults are talking. But with the ships, it's hard to do because there's so many people and everything is available for everybody. So they take over the hot tubs and we just got to deal with it.
And then on top of it, they were limiting how many people could go into the hot tub.
Social distancing. So, I can understand that too because it can get packed in there.
Yeah, but they're limiting it and it's full of kids.
I'll tell you what you won't see. You won't see Miss Traveler in there.
No, she does not do hot tubs.
I don't do hot tubs because that's boiling bacteria. No, thank you. But I know they clean it and it's sterilized. However, on my side, you got to remember I work in surgery, so I'm kind of a little bit phobic of it. And I don't mind, talking about it. I am a little bit, but I'm trying to get used to doing it. I just started getting into the pools on the cruises, so hopefully I'll work my way up to the hot tub one day.
So my next one is a legitimate con, nothing to do with COVID related or anything like that.
Okay, great.
It's one of my long-term pet peeves. If you guys have been around a while, you know what I'm talking about. No USB port. Listen, there's one on her side of the bed.
I enjoyed it.
But not on mine.
Nope.
So, that just drives me bonkers. I mean, this is this day and age.
2022.
And this cruise ships, and I know the Harmony was built a few years ago, but even a few years ago, I mean, you put a USB on both sides. You expect everybody to use their phone for the apps on board the ship.
Yeah.
You want them to use the Wi-Fi, this, that, and the other. You would think they would make charging your devices easy and accessible.
I agree. I feel that I didn't even really need it because Mr. Traveler do all the videotaping, all the technology things, all the voiceovers, everything. He does a lot when we go on a cruise. It's almost like going to work, when we take a cruise to bring all that footage to you. But however, as much money as they spend on the Harmony, which was almost $1 billion, they could have put a USB port on the other side.
Yeah,
I'm sure it was pocket change to the the money that they spend on these mega ships. And they're coming out with another large ship that's supposed to be the largest in the world.
That's right.
Hopefully they have two USBs going.
They better.
Okay. And then I just have like two more real quick ones. Two cons. Another con for me was the balcony window was fuzzy. I like to sit there, as you can see in the footage, I like to sit there and look out on the water. That's my favorite part of the ship. However, the Harmony is so big, I guess it was hard for them to clean it. It was kind of fuzzy and salty every day. I couldn't really see, but they cleaned it one day, then it went right back salty the next day.
I mean, once you get wind blowing up that rain and or the sea spray and all that stuff, it gets right back fuzzy again.
And staying on the outside of the cabin, they had this big horn announcement that you can see right here. The horn, it was in everybody's cabin. I don't know if I like that because that thing was loud.
They want to make sure you can hear what's going on.
That thing was loud. It was so loud it'll scare you sometimes. You'd be like, oh my God, who's talking? But you're trying to go outside and look over the balcony and see. And as you can see in this clip, there's the horn. It's like, it was so loud, but I can understand because the ship was so large. I guess the horn had, the announcer had to be loud, which was the captain most of the time. He really liked getting on there talking. And I like to listen to him and see what's going on with the weather, and the temperature and things like that. So the announcement horn, I don't know what you call that thing. It was so loud, and it was kind of an eyesore too, because you were laying in bed and that's what you're looking at when you're trying to look at the ocean. I'm just saying. That's just one of my cons. That's it. I'm done.
Okie dokie.
Oh, and then I got one more thing that I wanted to put my opinion on, but we'll wait.
Mine was my last one that I had, and again, this is kind of more COVID related. Everything is the low staff, and and it was really particularly closed venues. So there was some shops on board the ship that we can see here were actually closed, and then they said these items that are typically in the store are found in the store on deck 5, and they weren't.
They were not.
And you know that if you ever been like on these Royal Caribbean, they have some pretty nice stuff on the in the shops.
I mean, beautiful things.
Clothes shop. She's gotten so many dresses from there, and I like to get some polos and different things like that from board the ship. And so those venues were closed, as was one of the venues that had a lot of the toiletries.
Yes.
So the shop that was on 5 did not have the same toiletries that was on the other closed shop over there. Even though the sign said it was there, it wasn't. They had very limited toiletry items on there. So, but again, we know and understand that this is COVID-related items. So we're just informing you, should you be on any of these ships in your future, that you may experience these things.
We actually did some shopping on board, and we will be coming with a video showing you exactly what we bought and what we dreamed of buying. We actually stopped at the Cartier store, and we saw some very, very expensive jewelry, and there's some of our clients who love that. You know, they're into, you know, upscale luxury shopping as well as budget-friendly things that we can bring, you know, on a budget where you can like get a swimsuit or some, like Mr. Travis said, some polos, flip-flops, anything you need, toiletries. We did high and low, so I'm going to be putting that together, and we'll be making that on our playlist for the Harmony. We hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll be coming up soon.
So now let's dig into some pros.
Yeah, let's talk.
So as you can see, the cons on here are very, very limited.
Minor.
Some of the things again are COVID related. Again, we're not complaining and fussing about the COVID related issues. We're just making you aware of some of these things that may be different.
Yes, we're trying to get you prepared to see the sea cruises in a different way, so you can have a good time. So you won't be so surprised when you get on it.
So I'll start off right off the bat. I absolutely love the ship design on the Oasis class ships. I just, everything about it.
Class
and I mean, you know, even at this particular time, we weren't at a full capacity. If I had to guess, I was going to say around 70%. But we've been on the Oasis class ships at 100%. And the way that they are designed, to where the elevators are located and the stairways and things like that, it never really feels like you're walking that far.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't feel like you're on a ship at all.
That's true.
It doesn't feel like you're moving on the ocean, and it's just a steady ride. I cannot explain it. You have to get on one of these mega ships. It's scary to look at when you first approach her because she's so massive and huge. But once you're on the inside, it's comfortable.
Look at her compared to the Independence of the Seas here. And the Independence of the Seas, there's nothing to sneeze at. And like, it looks like you could literally park the Independence of the Seas in the middle of the Harmony, right?
Yes, it's huge. I can't understand how they're building these mega ships so big, but they're floating. So we'll ride them. We'll ride them until they stop building them, I guess. We're going to keep going.
Go with a pro.
Okay, so a pro for mine was the room decor. I really love the floor to ceiling mirror, as well as the mirror that's over the vanity, as you can see right here. And the decor color was just very, very contemporary, not overdone. It wasn't anything like the version that we went on, which was more trendy and, you know, a little more contemporary. But this was a comfortable room.
Classy.
It was hard to leave the room. It was very, very cozy and just a classic look. Nothing trendy about it, you know, and the bed was very, very comfortable. And I also really, really love the shower door. I love how, as you can see right here, when you go into the bathroom, the shower door bows out. Like it's kind of in
it's a curved glass door.
It was a curved glass door, and it don't get sticky on you. It doesn't touch you, and it was just a really nice design in the bathroom. I felt like I was at home. It felt really, really comfortable.
Absolutely. And while we're on that topic, this stateroom itself was a pretty decent sized stateroom, I would say. It felt very, very comfortable, roomy. Yeah. The way that they have the furniture laid out, the room laid out, and there was and we had a standard ocean view balcony. It was nothing like upgraded or anything like that. But very roomy as far as the width of it goes. The balcony was very comfortable. So,
did you catch the size of the couch? It was huge, as you can see right here. That was the biggest couch I ever seen in the cabin on a cruise ever. It was 2 of Carnival couches. It was one long couch, and it also was a pull-out for a bed. What I really, really loved my last pro was it was party options for everybody for New Year's.
oh yeah,
If you go on a New Year's cruise, Christmas cruise, you will find that there's so much to do. It was stuff for the kids, stuff for teenagers, stuff for grandma and grandpa, stuff for
remember they had the New Year's Eve party for the little kids.
Oh, it was so cute. And me and Mr. Chapman went out there and watched them. They were jumping around like jelly beans.
Right. So the parents could go out for midnight, but
all the little
they did New Year's at noon.
They
noon
did it
Year's.
at noon. It was noon Year's party for the kids,
Yep.
and they showed up with their New Year's outfits on, and they were jumping around like 3 and 4 years old. They were so cute.
Yep.
All the way up to the teenagers. It was all for the kids. It was really, really nice. And then at night, it was more for the adults, and we were out showing out. You know, everybody was dressed to a T, as you can see me and Mr. Traveler right here. And I'm gonna put up more footage when I get time. We've been so busy, but of that night. So we really enjoyed ourselves. We loved the party options and the family aspect of the Harmony. It was more families on there than I ever seen.
Yep. And so, well, that's your last pro. I got more to go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lots of storage in the cabins.
Wow.
We both had dressers on both sides.
We did.
And then the drawers in the hutch along the wall there. Plenty of storage under the bed. Just a lot of good storage. Didn't really feel cramped at all in there. When you put things, had plenty of room for things, plenty of hangers to hang your stuff.
Beautiful.
The artwork around the ship is amazing. They actually have more works of art on that ship than they do the Louvre in Paris.
It was like 500,000 pieces of intricate things on the ship, with as far as building it and the art. 500,000 pieces. I read.
Tons of activities on board the ship.
Too many.
Yeah, I mean,
too many. You cannot do this ship all in 1 week. You need at least 2 weeks to do everything.
I mean, it's so much. I'm trying to think like from the top. You got the flow riders. You got the rock climbing wall.
You got the zip line.
Then you got the zip line. You got the putt golf.
Yeah.
You got basketball.
You eat.
Tennis.
You eat. That's a marathon.
There's tons of eating spaces on board there. Then of course all
they
the
had
pools,
shows,
the kids splash area, water slides on board there. Like I said, the shows. They showed movies. There's a jazz place. There's a salsa place. I mean,
there was karaoke.
I mean, it's a ice skating rink on there, right? It's karaoke. It's just so much. It's just so much to do on board the ship. Another great thing was the great shows. Now, unfortunately, we weren't able to catch the grease on board because of the COVID outbreak with the staff of the show, with the performers. So, but like we saw Hairspray, which was a phenomenal performance on there, and everybody we talked to that saw Grease were just like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to see it!" And then we were bummed out we didn't get to see it.
Yep.
But Royal was quick on the draw to drum up some other activities that kind of tried to replace it.
Yeah. They had an orchestra playing the music instead of the performers out, so they tried to cater to everybody. Yeah. But I heard it just wasn't the same as the play.
Yeah. The water show was great. Big Daddy's Adventure.
Yes,
that Big Daddy's Heist or
one of my highlights of the cruise. I really enjoyed Big Daddy's Resort.
Yeah,
I think that was the
name
of it.
The water show. Yeah, it was really
so good, and the divers are so brave to go all the way up to the top and dive. Shout out to all the teams that's on Royal Caribbean Harmony of the Seas. You showed out.
Absolutely,
you did an awesome job, and I feel for the staff, because they not only are we dealing with the pandemic, they are too, but they are able to perform for us and make us feel as if nothing happened. And they did an awesome job on Royal Caribbean Harmony of the Seas.
And that is my last pro right there, is absolutely the staff. Even
100%.
Even being understaffed, The staff members that were there did an awesome job making sure that the guest experience was amazing on board the ship. The stateroom attendant was right on point. They did come in 2 times a day for our cabin. You know, the service was really good on board the ship.
Excellent.
I cannot complain 100%. At all.
100%.
And
you could tell they were understaffed because they were really struggling, but they didn't want us to know it, and they made up for like one person made up for like 2 and 3 people. Yeah. I don't know how they did it. They are fairies. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. Shout out to the staff. That was for dining on Royal Caribbean. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. We could not enjoy our cruise if it weren't for you all.
Absolutely. And, you know, just Royal Caribbean in itself, you know, coming back from this trip just reminded me how much I really love the service that Royal Caribbean provides.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a different vibe. You know, Carnival, you may want to go there, have a whole lot of fun, everything. You're going to have a lot of fun on Royal Caribbean as well, but it's, you know, a little more laid back at times. Get wild if you want to, I suppose.
Yeah. With Carnival, it's the atmosphere. There's a party atmosphere.
Yeah.
And Royal Caribbean is known for their ships and how classy the staff is. And you just be on kind of a laid-back vacation on Royal. But Carnival is more party, and you just ready to just kind of let your hair down.
Yeah, it's just a great time. It's a great overall time. I mean, there's times on there where you can really let your hair down, have a blast. Have a, you know, whatever, and then you at the same time you can go chill somewhere and have a very relaxing vacation. So it's something for everybody on board Royal Caribbean. Yeah. Harmony of Seas did not disappoint at all.
No,
I absolutely love the Oasis class ships.
Royal Caribbean is moving in for my favorite, and I hate to say that. I hate to give up my Norwegian choice, but we haven't really been able to sell a lot of Norwegians lately, but I'm starting to love Royal, you know, just for the service alone. They really worked hard to make sure our cruise was everything, and it was, and we really appreciated everybody on Royal Caribbean. Everybody we ran into, hi. We're gonna put something together to show all of our subscribers too as well. Yeah,
so and you know, it's cool. I mean, there's not a lot of ships where you can say there's not a bad cabin for ocean view balcony on board the ship. There's absolutely no obstructive views anywhere on any of the ocean view balconies on board the Oasis class ships. And, you know, like I said, again, the way they have the ship laid out, it never really feels like you're walking too far to get to where you're trying to go to. So, I want to thank you so much for watching our pros and cons. Really, I guess the original is called the pros list for this particular one.
Not so many cons, but it's heavy pro.
Yeah, we had an absolutely wonderful time. I want to thank Royal Caribbean and the staff again. And once again, guys, if we can help you plan a dream vacation, give us a call, 877-697-4470. That's 1-877-MY-SHIP-0. Or you can reach us at www.mr with a dash and then traveler.com. If you book online or just go on there, do a little shopping, and then get with us. We'll be glad to help you out.
And I just want to say on a personal note, not really personal, just in our opinion, when you go to these islands, make sure you support the islands and the people that's on it. One of these little girls made a bracelet for me, and I just want to show it. Here it is. And we went on a sightseeing tour, and we stopped, and a little girl made this little bracelet for me, and her family was out there. And I asked her, I said, how much would you charge me? And she was like, whatever you give me. And I just want you to make sure you support the people who are on the islands. You know, if they have little trinkets and things like that, you know, you get a keepsake when you come home. It's got like a little turtle on it, and you know how I feel about turtles. I have one right here, and I just love that. And we want to just make sure we support the community when we go into these islands. And I think that's why the cruise lines choose places like Roatan, Honduras, or, you know, when we go to Jamaica, or when we go into Nassau, we're picking places to go so we can stimulate the economy there. We're going there to help the locals, you know, and enjoy their island as well. So why don't we kind of give back too, and make sure you just kind of get into the culture and study where you're going, and try the foods, and, you know, buy the little trinkets and things like that, because we are visiting their home.
Absolutely. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching.
Life short.
Have fun.
See the world.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.